against a large red tufted circular pillow is Mr. Light, his legs crossed one over the other as he twirls his weather vane in one of his hands. And he looks over at you and he pats the seat next to him with a smile.
Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate your hospitality. How can I be of service, Mr. Light?
Well, it's good to see you, Frost.
It's good to see you. I must first offer you an apology for my performance in the big tub.
Did you hear the crowd, Frost? The way they cried at the back at my tragedy?
Yes, I didn't mean to bring up such a sad memory or to disturb the crowd.
Did you see the way they gasped?
I did.
When I showed them what my past was like.
It was very embarrassing for me. That was not my intent.
It was magical.
Oh.
The way the audience engaged with such a deep and meaningful moment.
Oh.
That's performance, Frost. Performance to its core.
Well,
that's what the carnival's all about.
You rolled with the punches nicely. This carnival, it's very common for you to suddenly be swept up in emotion and changed by some sort of fey magic, I think. It's really taking me some getting used to.
Do you know how the Witchlight Monarch is picked?
I would like to, very much. That was actually going to be one of my questions.
He spins the Witchlight vein on his hand. This vein I have in my possession, it picks the monarch for me.
Oh.
It knows exactly who has altered the emotions at this carnival in the way that it needs to be altered to be crowned the Witchlight Monarch. And Frost, it's leaning heavily toward you.
I would like to be the Monarch King very much. That surprises me and delights me. That's terrific.
Yes, now that I'm sitting here with you and I'm close to you, I see that you're not very charismatic. I am quite surprised by the Weathervane's choice.
I'm not often described as charismatic, that is true.
Yes, quite bland and monotone.
I don't know if bland is the word I would use.
Oh yes, no, but it was my word choice, Frost.
Oh, well, you've got me there. My friends are almost certainly just waiting outside, not doing anything. Would you let me know how
Would you like a fancy tart?
A fancy tart?
Yes, or a cupcake.
A fancy tart would be fine.
Well, I won't be busy for the next 2 hours. And he winks at you.
Where are the tarts?
When do the tarts come?
You know...
The tarts never came!
You know, why don't you just go ahead and have one of these cupcakes here?
I look around for cupcakes.
There's a tray of cupcakes on the
Oh, yes.
They're the same cupcakes that you had when you won them.
You see, what I like to do with the icing on top is I pull the bottom off and I make something of a cupcake sandwich.
Weathervane, are you sure? And you watch as it spins and it slowly starts to stop and linger on you before it continues to spin. Mm. Well, there is something about you, that's for sure. So tell me, how'd you do this trick? What are you here for? What are you looking for? What are you trying to get from the Witchlight Carnival? Someone like you isn't here for a night of fun and games.
I am very much enjoying the fun and games. I hope to experience all of them without skipping a single one. I'm just as soon as my friends and I join each other, we'll be able to continue on and enjoy this carnival game.
Okay. Sucker.
So you're trying to tell me that someone with your talents, your ability, and your lack of charisma is here solely to play carnival games and nothing else?
Well, I will admit that what prompted us to come to this carnival was something of a situation. We were going to be paid to actually see if we could investigate a little bit and find the patron of an elderly man who grows giant pumpkins.
Investigate what, Frost? You're here at my carnival investigating? You didn't bother to stop by and talk to the proprietors of this place?
We assumed that you would be too busy. I thought maybe we would wait until the end of the carnival if we were going to... You must be running this thing, I can't imagine
you look nervous, Frost. Do I make you nervous? And he leans in really close to you.
No.
Go ahead and have another cupcake.
Just one more, perhaps.
Why don't you show me again the cute way you eat that cupcake?
It's really quite ingenious. It keeps the frost. If you start with frosting, it's stuck to the top of your head, and if you put
The
it
frosting gets stuck to the top of your head?
the mouth of your the roof of your mouth. Yes.
I see. So tell me more about this person and who you're looking for.
Well, this elderly gentleman, he mentioned to us that he thought that we might be able to find his patron here, or I believe it might have been a matron in this case. He's effectively a warlock, and he has been gifted phenomenal powers from this matron, and he wanted us to check in on her to see if everything was all right, and he indicated that this carnival would be the best place to start.
And did you get a name?
The name of the matron or the name of the gentleman?
Both.
His name was...
Matrick Roslov.
I have it written down.
Matrick Roslov, actually.
Madrick Roslov, actually. And the name of his matron, Zabilna. If either of those names are familiar to you, perhaps you can point me and my companions in the right direction.
Never heard of them. Are you in league with a certain Kenku that's been causing a stink around the carnival?
No, say Kenku.
Absolutely not. Though I will say that we've stumbled across its path. My friend Kremi almost destroyed the Kenku when he blasted away a bush at the dragonfly rider.
You have a bit of frosting on your lip, Frost.
Oh, thank you.
I'll wipe it off.
I think you got all of it. Anyways, yes, we were at the dragonfly riding ride, and there was a bit of a kerfuffle, and unfortunately we only found a feather or two, I believe, but...
And if I tasked you with bringing this Kenku to justice for maybe an answer to one or two or all of your questions, would you do it? Could you do it? You and your friends.
Answer my questions to perhaps
yes,
point us in the right direction of
mentioned
Zabilna?
when I talked to you about the monarch, the witchlight monarch, that you had a list of questions. If I was willing, and I could convince Mr. Witch to be willing to answer your questions, could you bring the Kenku to justice? Could you convince your unruly and incontrollable friends to do this task?
They will join me. I don't know if I can say I can control them. Not yet, anyway. My mind powers are still expanding.